Good evening, everybody. Jeff here from the Social Media Breakfast Montreal. I've got Fabrice Calando on the other end. Who's been nice enough to take some time away from his evening to film the third of three panelist intros for the upcoming breakfast on February 19th at La Bistrut, 8 till 10 a.m. The ticket info will be in the description of this video. So when you're reading that, and if you'd like to sign up, we're about halfway through the tickets. There's 50 available in total. Our first panel ever, so we're super excited about it, and really glad to have Fabrice along. He's a two-time speaker, or I think you've spoken twice now.
One time.
Just the one time, okay.
But long-time participant.
Yeah, exactly. He's been coming to the events for quite some time, just like Jeff Scott, who we spoke to yesterday, and we're super happy to have him on the panel. I'd like to give Fabrice a few minutes to sort of expand on the bio that we included on our ticket. Maybe, Fabrice, you can tell us where you're at currently, what you're up to. I know you've got a few pretty major side projects with your blog and the whole LinkedIn thing. I don't know where you are with that in terms of the formation and stuff like that, but if you could fill the folks in, that would be appreciated.
Sure. Well, thanks a lot, Jeff, for the opportunity. It's always fun to be part of the social media breakfast event. I am, so like you said, I'm currently a marketing director at a firm called the TIMC. We're, I guess, in the financial sector. We provide international high net worth individuals and investors with access to exclusive Canadian financial products. So basically, raise capital for Canadian financial institutions. But then, like you said, so like over there, I'm kind of in charge with anything that's marketing related, from content to, and just generally communicating the value that we bring to our clients, our partners, our even our employees, and stuff like that. So we get to do a lot of
offline stuff as well. You're the whole.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It's very cool. It's cool to be able to see the offline versus the online, and how to try. And actually, I'm trying really hard to merge the two and make them both more efficient for our clients. So that's really interesting. And I guess, like you said, I also have a few side things. Like I have my blog. I try to write every weekday, although I do falter at times. I just really tend to write for myself, write about marketing stuff, general life stuff, business, work stuff, whatever really passes through my mind, and try to rethink things or challenge my perception of things. So that's always a good time. And other than that, yeah, you had mentioned some of the consulting I do for LinkedIn. I'll do some of it here and there. I did so for a company in Sorel not too long ago. So I'll do some consulting here and there, but I mean, I do work full time, so that's my main gig. But if I can help out a cool company do some great stuff, hey, I'm always open for it.
Yeah, I mean, we've met. It's going back a few years now, and one of the core topics of the upcoming panel is careers. I called it careers for the digitally mindful, but in terms of having followed yours a little bit, I know that you've sort of dove into a lot of different things, and maybe when we first met, it wasn't clear that you'd end up where you are today. Can you give us a sense of how you got into a career in digital or online primarily, and how it's gotten to you to where you are today, and where you seem relatively happy, right?
I am very happy for sure. Basically, well, how I got into digital, I mean, I've always been in digital, so I've been working for around 10, 11 years now, and I started right away in digital. My first job was at a small .com, and so I just got into that because most of my friends were electrical engineers and computer engineers, and they told me this internet was definitely the way to go, and I got kind of hooked on that, and I built some sites with some friends and everything. So I've been in digital my whole life. I did a few stints in more traditional companies because I wanted to get more a hold of profit margins and stuff like that, like more the business side of things. But overall, I've been mainly digital. And I think at some point I decided I wanted to work in advertising, and so I got the opportunity to work at Cassette as in their web team at the time, and that's really where I got to a big hang of everything that I know now and I've been able to build on, and that's really why I got initiated to all the social stuff as well. And from there, I was able to do and work for a lot of cool companies like Astro Media or Bell Media, I guess now,
Right.
Adviso, a few other agencies, and right now at TIMC, where I kind of run the whole marketing department and try to make them more digital. So I've had a lot of cool opportunities.
Tell me, in terms of the analytics behind everything. I know with your own sites, and if you're saying you go back 10, 11 years, having built some stuff with friends, have you always been knowledgeable in the sense that you were aware that these types of analytical aspects to what you were doing online existed, and certainly now with TIMC, I'm sure it's a major part of your business as it was with Cassette and at Viso. Like, what part are you more involved in terms of generating? I guess it's difficult to say that you can generate a return on good design or good usability because it's all sort of in one. But I know with your blog, and I know having built sites in the past, you're concerned with those things too. So like, what's the focus now when you're answering to your partners or your higher ups? Is it more digitally based? Is it engagement based? Like, how do you judge a successful campaign, for example?
Well, I think for work, like in my day to day, we it's still very in the end results driven. So we'll obviously focus a lot on leads and quality of leads, and what I like about working for a company is that obviously we're able to play with a whole bunch of different tools. So we recently signed on to HubSpot, and that they provide a whole bunch of cool analytics and stuff like that. So that's been really fun. And I think what's interesting is I've really seen like the progression of analytics. I remember when we were building our first sites with friends, we really had to go through the web blogs to see exactly how our site was performing. We had some basic traffic stats, but that was about it. And now Google Analytics is really going deep on different things. So that's
Right.
fun. I got to admit, for my blog, I don't really follow that much. I mean, I kind of know which posts drive the most traffic, but I don't really sell anything on the site. I don't really push anything or promote anything. So, I'll kind of go around and see what works, and sometimes I'll decide to play around with some SEO to see if that really changes anything. But like I said, it's really more for the fun of it. So I'm not trying to, optimize anything there or whatever.
I don't want to take too much of your time. I also want to leave some cachet for the breakfast. But quickly, regarding the blog, it's something I've noticed with you and another a mutual friend of ours, Fred Harper,
Yeah.
and which I have a problem doing is communicating, and maybe you can tell with my long drawn out questions, communicating in a short concise manner where almost like Seth Godin, where he's got like a few paragraphs and it's like this earth shattering realization. And is that a conscious thing that you try and do with your writing in terms of building a lot of meaning into very little content?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it came from I've been writing for a good like on that site for I'm going to say like 4 years now, 5 years. So I mean, there's been a lot of evolution since I've gone from very long form to very short form. And for me, what's really important is setting up routines, and so to make sure that I write regularly. And like currently, I moved to the West Island, and I take the train every day to work. So found out what works best for me is to write on the train. So a big reason why I've had to cut down the length of my posts and pack as much meaning as possible into such a short amount of time is that I basically have a half hour to write and post everything. So I have to make sure that I'm not as drawn out as I used to be in the past. So, and in the end, I kind of like it. I like having, leaving a lot open to the interpretation and whatnot. So
I enjoy it. I enjoy it as well. So you're posting and writing from your tablet. You're certainly not doing it on your phone, on your iPhone.
yes, I'm doing it from my Nexus phone.
Come on,
Um,
really?
yeah, I just pop open either if I've been having if I've been thinking about something for a while, I'll write it out on Google Drive for a bit, and then just copy paste it into the WordPress app, or sometimes I'll just write it directly into the WordPress app.
With all the Loyola with all the Loyola kids running around, that's pretty impressive.
It keeps me focused, so it's also a good mindfulness exercise.
Sure, cool. Listen, thanks so much for your time. Is there anything you wanted to finish with? I think we've covered quite a few points in the 10, 12 minutes we've had.
Well, I mean, I just look forward to seeing everybody again at the social media breakfast. I think we have a great community there, and it's always fun to see everyone. And I look forward to sharing the stage with everybody else. So look forward to seeing everybody.
It's a pretty mean crew we've got. I know with Warren, he self-admittedly he doesn't talk all that often or speak all that often. So,
right.
I think it'll be a great little mix of people and sentiments. And again, I appreciate your support all these years, and you've been become a good friend as well. And hopefully we can enjoy a beer after the breakfast.
Hopefully we have a few things to celebrate, I guess.
We do. Thanks for your time, Fabrice. Have a great night, man.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.